So the first topic we have, we're talking about the six fastest. Right, everybody's been big on this. Sha'Carri Richardson. I know we even talked about the whole. I don't want to say scandal, the debacle that occurred with the whole marijuana thing and everything, but she had that race recently, and it was kind of like a replay of what the Olympics could have been, I guess. Going up against all the women that are the fastest in the world right now, and she came in 9th place in the 100-meter dash in the Prefontaine Classic, whatever they are. Who cares? Yeah. She came in 9th place. How many places were there? That was last, right?
Yeah, that was last.
That was last, right? If they would have added one more slot on the track, like to make a 10th slot, she probably would have came in 10th then.
You just throw she made it to the races though, so let's not lose sight of that.
She did. Right. That's a fact. That's a fact. We gotta love that. Nah, but I'm not a fan either way. I'm a fan of track the sport, but I think it's amazing to even get to that point too. Like, I think that was a great point. Like the fact that she got there, I think that's amazing. But it's crazy because after she did the interview, people were talking about the interview not going so good, basically, because she was like, I'm still the 6th fastest woman in the world. So do y'all think she has the right to still claim that if she came in 9th place?
No, I do not. I just don't understand what her logic is. I do support her, but I don't support her just making a false claim blatantly in front of the camera. Like, clearly you're not the 6th fastest if you claim you came in 9th. But I don't know what she was thinking. She could have been high off adrenaline at the time, made a simple mistake. Maybe she thought she came in.
Was it adrenaline that she was high off of? Beckons the question.
Yeah. Speaking of weed jokes, there was a joke that I saw on Twitter. Somebody said she came in 9th place, and somebody said...
was it an 8th?
Yeah, that joke was mad funny. I was just like, they won't leave this alone. I know they smoke, so it's just like, all right, whatever.
I mean, I think people, it's hard. We live in an age where it's like you either get fully canceled or we just remember everything and keep bringing it up for the rest of your life. Like, remember you used to be short? Like, but I'm 7 foot now.
It's just like with J.R. Smith. It's just like with J.R. Smith. He had a great career. Mm-hmm. But people always remember him for the one play when he was on the Warriors. What is that, 2017?
I don't know though, because he has that's like a career thing. Remember he was untying shoelaces.
Yeah, he does.
That's funny though, and he wasn't even remembered for that.
That's his path though. His path is like the quirky, the guy who you can expect the unexpected. Expect the unexpected type of guy.
Speaking of J.R. Smith, shout out to him for going to college, trying to get that degree, even though he needs no extra money. But
shout out to him. Shout out to him getting the
debt.
He's not in debt though. He's not in debt.
He ain't got no scholarship.
I don't know about the scholarship, but he did just get approved to play on the golf team. He's on the golf team.
He did, but he didn't get no scholarship. This man putting himself in debt for no reason.
It might depend on how good he's at golf. Look, that's promotion. If I'm in school, after this year, I might be like,
right, we need a deal.
Attendance is up.
We need to talk chicken at this point.
Yeah, that's how I'm him. I'm thinking
I need this.
Oh, you thinking about what?
Talk sponsorships.
Sponsorships, okay.
He can get the school sponsorships. If he brings people I mean, look, he's obviously going to attract a different type of audience to those golf matches or whatever they're called. Like, people are going to be showing up that are J.R. Smith supporters exclusively. Mm-hmm. Now, that might mean some wild stuff might also occur. However, sponsors will pay for some wild stuff. Sha'Carri didn't lose the endorsements, did she? When she got caught with all that about, I think Nike came out and said, hey, we're still behind her. Like, we're still backing her, which was, I thought it was dope.
That was crazy.
Because I hate the fact that if you make one mistake, they act like kids everywhere lose faith in you. Yeah, and it's like, but that's
kind of cheesy.
Come on, man. Everybody falls and scrapes their knee, and we don't just be like, no, they can't play. They're too clumsy. Like,
this is the culture we're in right now. People just love to cancel you.
That's why I say.
Just write you off, no matter what it is that you do.
But you writing her off, though. She's no longer the 6th fastest.
She was never the 6th fastest.
I mean, I think she has like the 6th fastest time. I would have to check it.
She has the sixth fastest record.
ever.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oh, but then they said I was she got that in practice or training or something, didn't she?
not in training. She got it in an official time race. So I don't think it matters what level, because I don't know if it happened in college.
That time, I can't remember the numbers, but they said it would have placed her third. That time that she got for
in the Olympics.
That?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, like,
So
that's pretty valid. Like, if you got it in the actual competition, the potential is there.
Historic.
Is what I'm gonna say. Yeah, like
Definitely historic.
No, definitely.
But she still came in 9th place. Y'all think she was out of shape?
I think she was out of shape.
I think it must have been. It must have been that, because you didn't hear anything, and then especially, you know, I think her type of personality, she would say, you know, if something else was going on,
Right.
but admitting that you weren't prepared for this run is not something, you know, that would be advisable. But
people don't even care to hear it.
Yeah,
people just they don't.
It's
people
gonna
don't
be
look
like-
at people as people.
yeah.
But you imagine, it's no way you could be in a proper headspace, when you got all of this controversy going on, all of that, this type of magnifying glass shining this sort of light at you.
They were expecting something great.
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say.
Too,
I at first said that she was out of shape, but if you just look at the post interview, it just looked like she was full of anxiety.
I think so.
I mean, it can come off the confidence to some people, but it's like kind of a false confidence. Because I know she's seeing all of this stuff that's going on online. You know,
there's definitely a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I don't. She didn't look out of shape. I'm gonna say
she
that.
didn't. That's
those
what I'm
other
saying.
women are really fast, and remember we had talked about it before. I had gave you their times,
and they had a bone to pick
She
with
didn't
her.
even have times to beat them. The woman who won last year, right?
Yeah.
To me, remember I said I felt like it kind of saved her from being embarrassed on the Olympic level, because if you come in last there, it's not that you look terrible, but people start looking like, hey, wait a minute, what's the person we thought was top 3, bronze?
It could have been the most amazing marketing strategy in the history, because for her to be held back, think about all of the fans that she would have been growing and just cultivating, that sort of following that she'd have had, if everyone just been thinking like, you know what, the hope is on the way.
That's a fact.
Waiting until she get there and change the game, change everyone's perspective. But these people this is the world contest.
Right.
Like, lest we forget, this is the world contest.
And they knew this too, because that's even how they introduced the runners at that meet. They said that, you know, and then like after Sha'Carri, there was like, and the fastest woman in the world, Elaine Thompson. Like they recognized, it was recognized already.
Yeah.
You know, like they were expecting Sha'Carri to do something nice, but it wasn't any, you know, like I wouldn't say it wasn't any unfair spotlight on
This
that.
might have been one of the most charismatic that we had out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Personality sells.
Yeah, you saying Bo, he supports her, and it's crazy because he's Jamaican, and the Jamaican runners, I don't know, like in the post interview,
you want to say, you know, the culture over there.
Nah, I wasn't gonna say that, but I would definitely expect him to back his people. I would definitely expect him to back his people.
You could do two things at once, though.
Yeah, but apparently not the female runners, Jamaican runners, because and her post interview, if you look at her in the background, you see the Jamaican runners coming up behind her and laughing at her.
Well, I think she was saying, and I think this is where her media training has to occur, right? Because if you watch that post interview, it's so much ego. And y'all know me, I'm like the biggest trash talker, winning and losing. However, in loss, you have to admit that you were bested. To me, that's just standard. Like, somebody beat you, hey, look, they did great.
Yeah.
That's it. We all came out, competed as hard as we can. To me, it came out, she was still a little braggadocious, saying, like, I'm still the 6th fastest in the world. But I don't know. I don't know if I would have threw that part in there right then and there. I would have just been humble, like, hey, man, these women are phenomenal. Yes. I love that I'm going to be competing with them for the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Right.
Like, we're going to do some crazy things on this track. Y'all see some real champions tonight.
That's a key. That's key.
I like
right
it though.
there.
I like it though, because that one went viral. What she said managed to go viral.
That's a fact.
I agree.
It was good. It was good media.
That's why very marketable. Very marketable individual.
But infamous. You know,
hey,
that's gonna be
either they're gonna talk about you, or they're gonna talk about you.
Big talk.
Michael Jackson said there's no
talk.
such thing as bad publicity.
It's not.
Who said this?
So, Michael Jackson said that.
Well, he should know. So yeah, I think she'll be good in the future too. So I mean, she knows how to go viral. She's very marketable. So I think she, you know, what I mean, she'll flow.